things of that nature, 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 things of that
All right, Razorback fans, it is Pod of That Nature, and it is a little bit of the preview of Arkansas and Texas. I don't know if you heard about it. Texas is coming to town this Saturday. It was in all the papers, and a very big deal, a very historic rivalry, arguably the greatest rivalry in all of college football. And we have to talk about it and go behind enemy lines, as we like to say. So let's go ahead and do that as we welcome in somebody who knows a little bit about Texas and Arkansas. It's Peyton Yager, who, of course, is of Fox 4 down there in Dallas. For those of you who may not know, she is a grad from Texas. She's a Longhorn fan, but she lived in Arkansas and did news for KNWA for a few years in Fayetteville. So, Peyton, it's good to talk with you once again. How have you been?
Good. I am excited to talk to you, and I'm excited to come back to Fayetteville for the first time in a long time. 8 years, maybe?
See, that's not true, actually. You got it. You know when the last time you were in Fayetteville.
Oh, when we lost.
Yeah. You ain't going to skip over that. Like, we can't
actually blocked that out of my memory.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to let you do that. No, it does. You can't let you have that. Like, if you're going to come on here, you got to take the L's too. You got to do that. So, but it's been a while, and this is going to be an interesting game. And I just want to ask you up front, this year, last year you went to the playoffs. This year, one loss, looking pretty good. Just how you feel right now, the season, the vibes, the strength, everything.
The vibes are high. The vibes are high. It was a gut punch after the Georgia, but we moved on, and we need to go on a heater for November, and you guys are kind of in the way. So I guess we'll have to take care of business on Saturday. But I'm more nervous about Saturday than like the Georgia game, than like the OU game, because I knew we were going to beat OU, and then Georgia was kind of a toss up. But like Saturday, this Saturday against you guys, I just know you guys hate us. So I'm like, what? Plus I have PTSD from the last time.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying is like, you guys are going to want this game a lot, and probably more than even Arkansas, because
that's
of the
not
last
true.
time.
Literally, it's not true. Y'all would
Sark
pee
remembers.
Your pants. You would pee your pants.
Yeah. Well, I'm just telling you, he remembers that butt kicking that Texas got in 2021, and he's going to want revenge for that. So it means a lot to Texas. I know it does.
It does, because we have to win out.
Mm-hmm. And if you're more nervous about Arkansas than Oklahoma and Georgia.
Well, Oklahoma's horrible.
They are. They suck pretty bad.
Yeah, they're pretty bad. So there was that. And then I was a little bit more confident about Georgia since it was a home game. It was a night game. Well, that didn't work out fantastic at all. So that's kind of why I had more confidence in those games than as opposed to, there was more cons in this one. Huge upset, away game. You guys won 5 of the last 7. So it's a lot different.
So that being said, Arkansas and Texas haven't played each other as often. They used to be Southwest Conference foes. Probably was, I think you were probably born when they still were. I know I was, but that doesn't matter. It's been a long time since they've been conference foes, and they are once again. So when you think of Arkansas and Texas, is it that 2021 game that you obviously put out of your mind, the first one that comes up? Or is there a certain other game that when you think about Arkansas, Texas, that you're like, that one? That's the one that comes up.
Vince Young, obviously. That's why I wore it. Mm-hmm. But, that was I was way younger. In my adult life, we played you guys in a bowl game in Houston and lost. And then we lost you guys recently. So I don't know if I've seen a win, actually. I haven't.
Yeah, the last time Arkansas lost to Texas was in 2008, actually. So
okay.
It's been a minute, but nobody remembers that game because, Arkansas is the worst year ever, and Texas was just really good. But, if we would have played each other again the next year, it would have been different. So it's usually how it goes.
I just feel like Twitter has been a little quiet.
Well, have you watched Arkansas? Of course they're quiet. Why wouldn't they? Why would they be loud right now?
Because OU is awful, and they are still, chirping all week and doing their thing. And
what are they chirping about? What can they possibly say?
They were chirping leading up to the Red River rivalry.
Oh, well, that's earlier in the year, though. I feel like there's still some Like if this was early in the season, if this was like it was a couple years ago when it was the second game of the year, absolutely. But now you kind of see who's good and who's not good. And the teams that chirp usually aren't the ones that are bad teams.
You're going to be chirping Saturday morning.
Okay. If I'm chirping Saturday morning, it's going to be out of sheer sarcasm.
Okay.
Until the game gets going. And then if some crazy stuff starts happening, I may start getting into my bag a little bit and going after it. But it's okay, though, because it's a huge rivalry game. It's one that's has been reignited. And I think that it's important to have these two programs face off against each other once again. That's why the game's on ABC. I mean, it's a big deal for the country. Arkansas and Texas, a renewing of one of the best rivalries in college football, if you ask me.
Yeah, we know how you feel about it, but like I didn't realize that. I guess, a different generation, but I didn't realize that until I lived there. Like I was like, who are you guys? But I am glad that we are playing each other again, obviously. But you guys kind of hate us more, but we need this win more. That's kind of what we're dealing with this weekend. You definitely hate us more. But we're looking at you as like a win column that we need to get to College Station.
But yet you're worried about it. Why should you be worried about it?
Just because I lived there for almost 3 years and I know like weird crap happens there. Like I know that it does.
I mean, sometimes, but usually the years that Arkansas beat Texas was the years that they were actually a better team, which hasn't been often. Like in 2021, Arkansas was a better team. They just were. I think Texas went 5-7 that year. So it happened. And then that bowl game in 2014 or whatever, that bowl game meant so much to Arkansas because they hadn't been to a bowl in a while and they finished the season strong. In Texas, don't think they really cared. It's Charlie Strong years, I believe.
Yeah.
So didn't really matter. But this is a little bit different. Y'all have like two quarterbacks that are good enough to play on any other team. You have a good offense and good defense, statistically speaking. But y'all haven't really faced a good offense this year. That's the only thing. You haven't faced a good offense.
Well, I kind of hate when people say I don't know. People are like, oh, Texas isn't ready for the SEC. Texas isn't ready for the SEC. We get here. We're doing pretty good. And then they're like, oh, they haven't faced anybody. It's like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Do you want us in here or do you want us not? Like, we're here and we're doing exactly what everyone else is doing.
I mean, it's a little scary against Vanderbilt, who's usually the bottom dweller in the SEC. They gave you all that you wanted to handle.
They're kind of doing better than you.
Well, what's their best win on the year? Bama?
Yeah, for sure.
What's Arkansas's best win on the year? Tennessee. So I'd say it's pretty even, And
you see why I'm a little bit nervous about this weekend.
Yeah. Well, again, you shouldn't be because Arkansas, if this game was in Austin, I'd actually feel better about it. I'd feel better about Arkansas's chances.
So I would feel a lot better.
No, because Arkansas plays terrible at home and they actually play good or at least competitive on the road. It's the weirdest thing. They've been doing it for 2 years. It's weird.
Really?
Yeah. Like Arkansas this year could go undefeated on the road in the SEC. And it doesn't feel like it. And even against UAB, the non-conference opponent they played early in the year, they won, but they looked terrible. It's strange. So last year, like you can take last year, Arkansas went on the road to LSU, Bama, and Ole Miss. Every one of those games they lost, but they only lost by one possession or a field goal. But then at home, they get trounced by Auburn and Missouri. They lost a game, my sister in Christ, 7-3 against Mississippi State at home.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So yeah, home field advantage doesn't really exist for Arkansas.
I just hope the Longhorns travel well. I just hope they do. So because some of us still have like PTSD from last time, but I'm hoping that will like reignite the fire to show up.
Oh. So what would you say has been the things that Arkansas fans in your lifetime have brought up to you in their trash talk whenever they have? Like, did they say anything too mean, or has it just been more like, hey, hook them down or horns down?
I mean, like, obviously we're going to see a lot of horns down on Saturday. I'm already expecting it. I'm kind of used to it. I'm kind of numb. And I mean, we get it all the time. Like, I don't like when you guys paint yourselves as like the victim. Like that really makes me annoyed because like y'all are fine. You have some good years and you have some really bad years. I was there during the really bad years. And then you were like kind of good and y'all were like, oh, poor little old me. Like, we're just like gonna go 7-7, but like blah. I'm like, y'all are fine. Like, just chill.
Okay, that's when it comes from somebody from a Texas program where it's because you believe that's where Arkansas belongs, is what it
No, I
is.
mean, they're I actually loved living there. I think they're a great school, a great program. I just don't like when you guys are like, poor little old me. It's like, you're not Vanderbilt, you're not Missouri, you're not Mississippi State. Like, y'all are Arkansas.
We
So,
just
like,
get
act
treated
like
like
it.
it.
Yeah, act like it.
No, because everybody, listen, it's us against the world. That's our mentality. Everyone doesn't like Arkansas or doesn't respect Arkansas. So it's like,
That is, we are the most unlikable team, like, in the SEC, maybe other than A&M. Everyone kind of hates them, but
yeah. Well, because you guys get arrogant. Y'all go from 0 to 60 too
yeah,
quick.
I've heard arrogant, I've heard entitled, I've heard pretentious, and I'm like, sounds about right. Like, where is the lie? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of keep my mouth shut because people are like, who have they played? It's like, do you want us in the Big 12 or do you want us in the SEC? Like, where do you want us? Because, like, I don't understand.
We want you to lose is what we
Yeah,
want.
exactly. Like, you don't care where we are. You just want us to lose.
Yes, I fully agree and fully admit that. They want you, everyone wants you to lose because you're Texas. You have more money, you got more facilities, you got this sense of entitlement that you think you should be great at everything.
But I'm
And
humbled. Like, I went to school with Charlie Strong, so I, like, know. Like, these college kids right now at Texas have it good.
yeah, so good. They're throwing things on the field when they disagree with a call. Come on.
But, like, I didn't do it.
I know, but I'm just telling you, this is why people feel when they see Texas fans, like the entitlement.
But, like, Tennessee has done it.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is it's dumb when they did it, but at least it was like at the end of the game. I'm not justifying it, but at least it was at the end of the game where it should have been a call, like it could have made the difference in the game. Y'all are doing it in like the early third quarter, where there's plenty of time to like make up for it. So just saying, you started a trend that because LSU started doing it too, and it doesn't need to happen. So
Georgia's done it. Tennessee's done it.
Arkansas's never done it. They've never thrown things on.
Yeah, but you guys are like, you storm the field, and I'm just like, can we not? Like, when are we gonna grow up a little bit? Like,
so is that what needs to happen? Is just people need to grow up, not having fun, rushing the field when you win games? Come on.
I mean, like, Texas, I don't think I've ever seen a field rush ever.
You know that if y'all would have beaten Georgia this year, you would have rushed the field. No,
like there was like no, absolutely not.
I don't buy that.
We were ranked higher than them.
I still don't buy that. Like, cause that was y'all's Super Bowl of the regular season, and I think that y'all would rush the field. I think so.
No, our athletic department has made it clear, like, Texas does not rush the field. We do not do that.
Yeah, because you guys hate fun.
We're sipping our tea, like.
Yeah. Such high society over there.
We were getting a little bit wild in the second half. I was like, I think we can actually win, but we played like dog poop that game, and it's embarrassing, and it will probably haunt us.
Well, luckily for y'all, there's still a 12-game playoff, and also luckily for y'all, kind of control your own destiny as far as getting into the SEC title game, so it's not going to impact you that much. But it is a little bit unnerving to think that you guys would play in the SEC title game your first year. Nobody wants that at all.
Does that kind of like piss you off?
It is kind of annoying because I think the SEC gave you guys some favors of your schedule, and that's pretty annoying. And yeah, it'd be weird seeing because Texas A&M haven't even played in it, and there's a chance. Hopefully, it doesn't happen. There's a chance that it ends up being Texas and Texas A&M in the SEC title game, like even though they play each other the week before. That would suck.
How cool would that be?
That'd be the worst. That would be so bad because both of y'all are weird and obnoxious. It's like you're both the same, only y'all don't have the cult-like weirdness. Like that's the only difference.
Okay, I honestly will take that.
Yeah, because that to me is the only difference at all between y'all. But still, I don't want teams from Texas playing in Atlanta. This doesn't make sense. It doesn't fit right. It ain't right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But it's probably gonna happen.
I don't know what's gonna happen, but I mean, isn't college football better when Texas is at the top?
No, whoever has ever said that?
Me.
Yeah. Like it's about any team. Like college football is always better with my teams up on the top. Yeah, I bet it is. I bet it is better for you, but it doesn't mean it's better for everybody else.
But also,
Like,
people are like, "Oh, we were scheduling Alabama, etc." Like before we even got to the SEC. When people are like, "Oh, Texas is scared," it's like,
yeah, but you guys lost all those games in the non-conference to the SEC teams
we beat Alabama in Tuscaloosa.
once.
When is the last time you did?
I'm
People
not-
seem to forget about that game.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like you schedule all the SEC teams, but you won like 1 out of 9 games against SEC teams. Like
Oh
that
yeah,
was
you guys. Okay, yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's why people think that you weren't ready for the SEC because you never beat the SEC.
Well, look at us now.
I know. Yep, beating up on Oklahoma and Mississippi State and Vanderbilt, killing it, absolutely
Losers.
killing it. Yeah, yeah, the bottom feeders of the SEC. So, well, Peyton, I will leave you with this one since you're going to be up here. What do you think is going to happen realistically in this game? Obviously, you know you're going to win. You're going to win big. So,
I don't obviously
what do you
know that.
predict? What do you predict happens in this game?
I think I hate this because I don't want it to like get clipped and I want to like die.
No one's watching anyways. It's fine.
You're right. Who watches your show?
Nobody in the world ever. They don't care. They hate me.
I just because our defense is really good, so I just don't know if you're going to be able to get 14 on them. That's going to be clipped, but I'm going to go 28-10.
Okay, that's be a
That is
boring
like
game.
confident, Peyton. I'm really nervous that we only would win by like a field goal because like weird stuff happens there. I hate it.
Well, either way, if you get a win, you're not going to care because it's a win. It's a win. But I'm just going to let you know that if Arkansas does find some way to pull off a miracle and win, I don't think we can be friends anymore.
I will fly home like at 5:00.
On Saturday night?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That really then sucks. Then it's going to be a tough time for you.
Why?
If you go home with an L and you have to fly home at 5:00.
No, that's great. I want to be like home. I want to be out of there because y'all will take the poles down to Dixon. I'm just like, I'm not dealing with that.
I hope it gets delayed. I hope your flight gets delayed or canceled.
You are so rude.
Yeah, it would be really funny if that happened. I wouldn't tell you that, but it would be funny. I'd be laughing internally.
Well, I hope we win, and I hope we win big. Quinn needs to have a good game, and our defense is really good. Not gonna lie.
You said you should win. Should win big. Should be an easy game for you. Easy win. Yeah, we'll see. But it'll be a great one. Either way, that's Peyton Yager. You can follow her on Twitter or X, whatever it's called, at Peyton Yager. She is the reporter down there in the DFW area for Fox 4, and she is a Texas fan. And for some reason, I still tolerate our friendship. But either way, enjoy the game. Safe travels coming up here, Peyton. And we'll see you this weekend. Hopefully it's a great game.
I will see you then. Hook 'em.